I'm looking for a 6th to 7th finish this season.
I said this today, yeah. That's another thing I said. You just reminded me of that. Perfect.
Yeah.
100% agree with you there. We need to, again, stop acting like we're asking for miracles to be able to keep your job. Bro, it shouldn't be hard to show improvement from 15th to be able to not get sacked. That should be so easy. Like, you basically just have to be in the top half. Like you said, even if you're like 8th, you know what I mean? Some people say this is no.
6 to 7.
No, but if he finished, well, bro, then if you got into
it can happen. I hear it.
That's what I'm saying, bro. If you got into the thing of the, I know we keep going
Europe.
No, it's not. It's not. It's
no, Europe. Then we need Europe.
But you have to be But bro, if we're being, I know we need Europe. 2 years out of Europe is not good. But what I'm saying is if you can see the project going somewhere, like genuinely you are getting better, and you can see the team going somewhere, that is going into the Arsenal thing. They finished 8th twice, bro. They finished 8th twice. Then the next season they jumped. Like there can be something there, bro.
Sorry,
if you finish 8th, there can be.
I hate to
if you finish 8th, he has to get sacked.
I hate to use the game as what you call it as a barometer, yeah. But you know, there's like the requirements of the club. We got sacked as Flay G, bro. When the club realized we weren't getting Europe, bro. You know, there's crucial targets. A club this size needs European night gates. Really, we can't afford, with the money that's been spent, with 200 and whatever,
bro. We finished 15.
We have to Europe. There's 3 Euros, bro. Finishing one of them. I don't think. So
if you finish one,
to request that from a manager to say, "Hey, I need you to finish in some version of Europe." There's the Conference League, there's the Europa, there's Champions League. Not really looking at the because that's a bit of a high thing. But you told me you can't find a conference spot,
bro. But here's the thing, though. This is what I'm saying. We keep saying the standards are not the same as Arsenal, this, that, or the other. I hear that we laugh at Arsenal because the second, however many times in a row, they haven't won the thing in 20 years. What I'm saying is we need to understand where we are as a team and as a club. We're not even, the manager said today, like, we're not even really ready to be in. Imagine we scammed into the Champions League looking like this.
I would have taken
Look what would happen. Yeah, we would take it because of money and all that. But at the end of the day, we're still shit, bro. We'll probably go out in the same, we'll probably still go, this is the thing that does get me annoyed, yeah, is like, we want to skip the steps to get good again. Football is still football. You can't just jump. Listen, if something really good happens and you get a really good manager and everything clicks, you could go from 15th to, Champions League, or 15th to, I'm not saying that's impossible, but we've been in the pits of hell, bro, and not just for one season. We haven't just had this unlucky one season and all of the rest of the seasons have just been actually quite decent. We've been dead for ages. So I'm saying if we finished 8th and I saw with my eyes that, you know what, we're going in the right direction. We got to the final of one of the other cups or semi-final. We competed.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily think he has to get sacked from 15th. From 15th.
Oh, there's context, but a team of the size of Man United shouldn't be finishing outside of 8th. It shouldn't. It's just shouldn't.
Of course not. Well, a team of Man United shouldn't. But bro, a team of our size shouldn't go nearly 12 years without winning the league.
But that 15th, I'm with you. But that 15th can't be. You can't now set your standard at 15th because that never should have happened. That's way below standard. We sacked David Moyes for 6. We got rid of David Moyes for 6. We got mad at, like, when guys weren't even European, when it looked like you weren't even going to qualify for Europe. What's happening is it's the erosion, right? And you get so used to a bad standard that you set that as the marker. That can't be the marker. 15 is not a marker for any club. I don't know how many.
You won't build something.
I don't know how many games we lost here, but I'm saying we have to. The standard has to be you have Europe. It has to be. And we're now, they created 3 European competitions, finishing one of them. Standard. That's not even at Man United. I'm not talking about Brentford. I'm not talking about Palace. I'm not talking about Forest. I'm talking about Manchester United, the club that we say that what this badge is all about and stuff. They need to be playing more than 1 game a week. It has to happen. So I think any manager walking in has to understand that. And this season, you have pre-season. We spent money. We bought you good players, proven players. There's no excuse.
So what would you do? So every time we got a new manager and they didn't get Europe, would you sack them every time? Because that's what we're saying here.
I think I'm
That's
not
what
gonna
we're
lie.
saying.
Then yeah.
All right. So that
Then
means, so
then yeah.
that means Arteta wouldn't be able to put into to build a team like he's built, I
No,
think, because he
because
wouldn't have got a chance to.
Did Arteta get that level of investment? And what you saw is
Yes,
the killer.
he spent over £1 billion.
And I'll say this. I'm going to stick to that. I'll say yes. I want to see that because the same way Barcelona, Real Madrid, they will look at a player and say, because they're big clubs, and I still see Bayern, all these clubs, they will not accept no Europe, no form of Europe. I'm talking the massive clubs in world football, yeah, the Bayerns, Barca, Real Madrid. I know we've been a long way off those things. Like the big clubs, they're not accepting this. And yes, you might leave room to say, hey, I saw a lot in the team, and you're just unfortunate not to get, like, it's the last day of the season and it was so close and you missed out. There's extenuating circumstances.
That's what I'm saying. But
I'm saying, but you have to look like that. And I'm saying,
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm saying you have to look like that. But the problem with what we're talking about is, don't look like that. 25 minutes or a strong game against Arsenal is not going to be enough. Or a strong game against the top six is not going to be enough.
Everything you just said, I agree with, though, and that's my point. If we finished 8th and under those circumstances you just said, I think that you could still be able to see something. If you can see it. If you can see it. Everybody knows what 8th and dead as a doornail looks like versus 15th to 8th and actually going somewhere looks like. I do. So I don't necessarily think that it has to be. We have to stick at something. I do agree.
I just think our standards are on the floor, man.
They are on the floor.
I remember Roy Keane talking, and he said something. He was talking about the game when we was praising Bruno, and he couldn't believe it. We know he switched on Bruno, Roy Keane, and he goes, fans are happy that we battled and tried hard against Liverpool. It's nonsense. That's not enough. At the club at this standard, and we've got so used to it that we're now like, I'm happy at being angry. I'm happy about being angry at drawing to Fulham because we shouldn't. We shouldn't. I'm actually happy. I'm happy at some of the stuff. I'm happy that I've got like the standard is in my mind. It's like we should be we should be able to go into these games expecting to be good. Like, I'm happy about saying, you know what, yes, it was a decent performance against Arsenal, but we didn't win. And I want to win. So I'm not going to now say, everyone says, go and now beat Amorim in because of this game.
Of course not.
Yeah, I'm saying.
You have to win games. But what we can't, this is what happens when you've been so shit for so long. Everybody blurs the lines of what progress actually looks like versus flat face value. You didn't get this, so get the fuck out of the club. We can't be this shit for this long, I'm saying, and just expect things to be, that's like me when I was saying, like, I'll take not winning a trophy this year. We argued about it. I said, I'll take not winning a trophy this year to look like a better team and finish like 5th and 4th. And everyone was like, no, this club has to win trophies and rare. We have to start looking like a better team. And you don't look like a better team instantly by getting an instant gratification where you look at it and say, we got that number. We achieved that number. Because there's been times where we finished 3rd and not backed it up with doing anything. So if we get too concerned with, because Eric Ten Hag finished third in his first season. Great. Everything's wicked then, is it? No, it's not. So if this notion what everyone's saying of this is the minimum, you must get this, then that means that when we finish things like 3rd and 2nd under Ollie, we wouldn't end up back here if everything was where it needs to be, which is my point. Just because you get that one number in that season or you finish and get that trophy, that doesn't mean you're a good football team. What means you're a good football team is seeing with your eyes, week in, week out, that more often than not, you're doing the right things and you can get a higher points tally. You're scoring more goals. You're conceding less goals. Not attributing our success to a single, we got Conference League, so he's good enough. No, that's my point. We're 15th for a reason.
I'm not saying no, but I don't think
you're saying if we don't get Europe, you have to go. And I'm saying I disagree with that.
No, but I'm saying that the base has to.
And I'm not talking about Amorim.
I'm talking about our base having to be the conference, really, and you build up from there. Really, that's what I feel. The base should be.
So we have to be better than. Aston Villa, Newcastle United, we've just seen. That's 6 there. We got the four. We got the four that we know. All right. So here's the thing. Then we got the four that's better than us now. Right now, we've got 4 teams that's immediately better than us. Let's be real. Let's talk about this thing where we're saying we should definitely finish there. Let's talk about it. There's 4 teams that I guarantee every one of you will say is the top 4: Arsenal, City, Liverpool, and Chelsea. Do we agree on that?
Yeah,
we agree on that. Right. So there's 4. There's 4 that we're saying that's unrealistic to get past them. Do we agree on that?
And but Spurs joining the conversation.
Right, hold on. That's what I'm saying. Hold on. That's what I'm saying. So there's 4. There's 4 teams. We haven't even got to Spurs. There's 4 that we're saying, boy, that's probably going to be them set. Then we're saying to make sure we show any form of improvement or the manager has to get sacked is that you got to get past Newcastle United. We just saw what they're on without even a striker. Still wicked.
Yeah.
Still wicked.
Yeah.
Aston Villa on the same points as us, but good manager. They know what they're doing. Yeah. And Spurs, who they've just got a new manager. And look, so you're saying that that's 8. I've just named.
I'm with you. So we shouldn't be able to look at Newcastle. We should be able to look at Newcastle Spurs, who's finished 15th as well. I'm saying there's a way you can finish 8th, and it doesn't mean you're as shit as you think you are. No.
That's my point. Because of them teams that I just said.
No, because something's wrong.
Even Forest.
You've made a mistake. We should be looking. Man United.
No, look there. I'm not saying don't look there. I'm saying that it doesn't mean you have to get snapped.
But Man United should be thinking about finishing above fucking Nottingham Forest, bro.
Yes, I agree.
And Newcastle. And
I agree. But you look at the state of the team.
Now with the money spent. No, but with the money spent this season, because we're not like we haven't done anything. We've invested. We've given the manager pieces. We bought in a Lenny Euro, that's there. There's a Delict, that's there. There's a potential brand new keeper, that's there. There's a Dogu, that's there. There's Mbeumo Cunha, that's there, and Sesko. And we can't be dreaming about finishing up the league table.
I didn't say that. I didn't say you can't. I didn't say I want us to finish 8th. Now we're moving the thing of what we're talking about.
No, but I'm saying while those teams have done what they've done, Man United should now be looking at the table saying, well, why can't we? Yes, I get you have your 4. Yeah, and Spurs might start the conversation.
Spurs might actually gate crash.
They might start the conversation. They might gate crash. But you can talk about your 4. But the other clubs, there is no reason as to why Man United can't make that step up, because Aston Villa haven't went into the market and done a madness. Newcastle still struggle in the market. We've actually tried to shorten the gap with the money we spent this season. Hence why I'm saying, well, what excuse can we make as fans now? What excuses can we make? They've lost the Langer. Nottingham Forest have weakened almost. They ain't got the. I'm just saying, as in one player that was important for them in the Langer, he has now gone to Newcastle. I'm saying that we've tried to steady the gap with proven players. We can't.
But this is what I'm saying. What Dwayne's saying. You didn't say dream. You said achieve or you sack him. My point is not. I've never said.
I think I'm saying something correct here. I don't think I'm saying something wrong.
You are because some people agree with what you're saying. I'm saying I disagree. I disagree with the notion that if we finish 8th, that means the manager has to get sacked no matter what.
No, but you've held on to one statement of the whole thing, and I'm saying
that's what you said.
No, but that's the problem. I'm saying that I've tried to show you all the context in the world. I'm saying, look, this guy has been given all this money, and Man United have to have a standard that we say we can't look at 15th because 15 should be an outlier.
100%.
Never could have been 15. It has to be Europe and above.
The thing, this is what happens sometimes when we have disagreements. Yeah, I've noticed this. Yeah, we're actually not saying 2 things dissimilar, but my whole point was never. We shouldn't be looking to get Europe. It's impossible for us to get Europe, or it's okay not getting Europe. That's not what I'm saying. When you're saying we should be looking at Newcastle, we should be looking 100%. That's why I said our ceiling this year is 6th. I believe that if things go right, we could get that. We could get that. All I'm saying is that I think, and I'm not saying that because everyone thinks that I'm saying this to defend Ruben because I think he's the guy. What I'm saying is if we keep attributing to a specific number because we got Europe and kid ourselves that means that everything's all right, we've just seen with managers that have achieved that it's not.
No,
I
want more, but I'm with you. I'm not actually. That point is not what I'm saying. So if you just think now and said, "Oh, because we got 7th, everything's fine."
Yeah. What are you saying? If we finish 8th this season, what would you do? If we finish 8th, Talk to me. What would the conditions be where you would keep him versus if you wouldn't? If we
The
were 10 points of 7th?
context of the season has to be it'll be a big disappointment. He wouldn't have done the job that I expected. But it has to be the context of the season. It's got to be we fell out on. We've had to look amazing, scintillating. But then we're not eighth. Yeah, the little part of eighth says to me, and don't get me wrong, because Nottingham Forest had a little hiccup at the end.
Yeah,
it has to like. It's got to make sense.
What if we were 6th most of the season and then we dropped to 8th?
Yeah, then something weird happened. Yeah, then shame. You know what I mean?
What if we went on a big push and we were getting better towards the end of the season, and if there was more games, we actually
that kind of makes some sense. That kind of makes some sense. But it has to be something spectacular that had to happen in the season as to why this has happened. And it's just
so I feel like, so am I right in saying most scenarios around finishing 8th, you're like, nah.
I don't feel like 8th is a consistent team. I don't feel like you've been consistent as a Man United side. If you like what I'm hoping for is consistency and good results. Some draw. If I looked at it and said, well, we had hella draws, but we didn't lose games. Yeah. All right. I might be able to, I could deal with some of that. But we're just losing. We got into double figures of losses, bro. I just want some consistency. And this, again, I set the stall out to say, well, Europe, and go from there. And then, you know, that's the truth of it. But bro, I hope our team can give us reasons to smile and not be angry. I've got to go still. I've got to go get my little one.
We're past. Yeah, I'll finish the super chat.
On my way now, Bob.
Look at this guy. Look, he's forgot the time. We're there talking football.